Hi, this is Stan Bush.
Hi, this is Stephanie Calvert.
This is John Payne.
This is Jack Hughes.
Hey everyone, this is Britt Lightning from Vixen.
Hi, I'm Carrie Stevens.
Hello, I'm Kofi Baker.
And you're listening to Play That Rock and Roll.
One last story that I wanted to ask you about in the book, just because it has some relevance to some current news, is your story of when you first met Ric Flair, is that he kind of loses his temper with you. And I just have to ask if you had a chance to see the recent video that's circulating of him and wonder if that brought back any memories.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong, except spend money and put this place over and bring my family and friends here. That is bad for you.
Why would it be bad for me?
Well, watch social media tomorrow.
I don't follow social media.
Well, you better.
I don't get stuck on my phone.
What's your name, nut job? Nicholas what? Nicholas Dickhead.
I didn't see the video, but I could see the video in my head. I've traveled with Rick. You know, Rick's a nice guy. Rick doesn't mean anything by it.
Sure.
But Rick has a temper, and if he's, you know, in a bad mood or whatever, he has a tendency to go off on people. I saw that story, and I was like, oh, the probably bad timing or good timing with the book coming out. But yeah, he that was really discouraging because, you know, this was like my first non-indie show. Bob Roop, who was my partner on the indie circuit, booking indie shows, and we owned the Ring together, would his old friend was Danny Miller. Danny Miller was an older wrestler who used to run the box office in Florida and, you know, stuff like that. And so Crockett hired him to do a Clash of Champions at the Knight Center in Miami. And Roop, you know, said, hey, I know this guy. He's my partner. You know, if he doesn't, not looking for any money, but he'll help in any way. And said, yeah, send him over. So I saw it. I met him and I said hello. And I said, do you have anything I could help you with? And he said, no, not right now, maybe later. He said, you know, because it was a TV taping, so there was a lot of local enhancement guys. He said, you probably know some of the guys, you know, because a lot of the guys that were doing the enhancement on TV were the headliners of our indie shows. So he says, why don't you go down to the dressing room and talk to them, because there's an elevator. It was several floors. And of course, I'm sitting there minding my own business, and Ric Flair comes in, and who the hell are you? And the rest is history. I was out the door and in my car in about 10 minutes. And, you know, you can't predict the future. So at the time, it's like, geez, you know, what you know, that had so much promise, and it ended in such horrible fashion. But we laughed about it later on once I got to know him, and he, you know, he felt horrible. You know, just like I see he's apologized for this. You know, people get worked up, and you know, I respect a person who can apologize. I wasn't looking for an apology, but I respect the fact that he felt horrible when he heard about what had happened with me, and now obviously feels bad about this. So Rick's a complicated guy, but you know, but I respect the fact that he, you know, he's not just saying, you know, sticking to his story, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like I've seen him on other shows, and I think he can be kind of an emotional dude, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you know, try to make amends at the end. The only thing about the video that I thought was really funny, and I wonder if this sort of comes up in your life, is that he says to the wait staff something about how he puts this place over. Yeah. he's using that wrestling speak, you know. So, you know, you spend so much time in that industry. Have you ever caught yourself, you know, saying things like put something over, or it's a work or a shoot, or, you know, gimmicks in like regular conversation with people who aren't familiar with the, you know, the wrestling world?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Because oh yeah, all the time. Probably several times in today. You know, today I was I'm a realtor. I was at a home inspection, and we found something that they tried to cover up. And I said to the lady who's a friend of mine, who's buying the house, I said, they tried to work us. And she said, what? And I said, oh, sorry, it's a wrestling term. They tried to get one over on us. And she said, oh, I understand.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how we talk. I mean, my wife doesn't even bat an eyelash anymore. You know, we talk about that. I use terminology like that all the time, putting people over, and it's a work, and you know, all that stuff. It's just how you learn to talk. You know, I haven't talked carny in a long time, so
ask about that.
no, I could do it probably, but I could probably do it.
You've been around long enough. You can speak some carny, I'm sure.
But I don't know. I don't think I'd want to try. I haven't spoken carny in probably 20 years.
Right. Yeah, that's kind
Other
of
than maybe saying kize fize, you know,
Right.
under my breath to, you know, at a wrestling show.